Okay, so I'm gonna start trying a video every day. Today is March 21st, 2020, at nighttime. It's the end of the day. So I have been following this COVID-19 pandemic since probably mid-February, maybe. And I knew whenever it came over to America, I knew that it was going to spread everywhere. I watched all of the, presidential, like, speeches or conferences with Dr. Fauci. And I've also been following the World Health Organization as well as the CDC. And about 2 weeks ago, maybe a little bit more, I started really getting worried because I started seeing the shift. I started seeing the numbers, and having a business finance degree while also having a medical background, I kind of been able to see both sides of everything. And plus I just care a lot, so I've been trying to just closely pay attention to everything. But I could feel this coming. So 2 weeks ago, I was still at Paycom. I was still working, full-time hours. Everything was fairly normal. They had sent out a communication to, wash hands, be careful. I could still go to the movie theater. I could still go, basically anywhere, and not really have to worry about anything. I mean, you just don't have to think about things in America. We're very fortunate here. But, as far as going to the gym, hanging out with friends, going to restaurants, like grabbing a drink somewhere, like you never really had to worry about it. So that was my life, about two-ish weeks ago, maybe 3 weeks ago. So then things started escalating, and we started seeing more and more states get added to the list, and then we had our first death. And just knowing that there's no vaccine yet, knowing that it could take a year, etc. So today, where I'm at today, is right now I'm working from home, still in mandatory overtime at my job, which I'm very blessed about, and I'm so fortunate and appreciative, just thankful that I am in a position where I can work from home. Secondly, I have spent probably $400 to $500 over the last week trying to get as many groceries as possible, as well as any kind of essentials like toothbrushes, extra soaps, detergents, dog food, cleaning supplies, vitamins, just everything. And just like trying to get my car all settled up to where it doesn't need the oil change, keeping the gas tank full. Now none of the restaurants really allow you to eat in anymore. The theaters are down. Like all of the festivals are canceled, all the arts festivals, medieval fair, like everything that I look forward to in the springtime is canceled. Even the Memorial Marathon was canceled, which just, I completely understand, but it's a whole different world now than it was 2 weeks ago. And that's just my personal life, like let alone the stock market, our economy, whether it be worldwide economy or just local internet, like just within continental US. Just having watched the volatility of it and it becoming a bear market, and them talking about these bailout packages, trillions of dollars. At first it was maybe 1 trillion, now it's like maybe 2 trillion. People are, every grocery store is completely empty. Like you go up and down the aisles, we're used to seeing, for example, like we're used to seeing a just a whole bunch of different kinds of spaghetti sauce. And now, before, like, we could pick the flavor, you could pick the size, like, because we're really fortunate in a first world country. But now it's to the point where it's just any spaghetti sauce. It's like, if they have spaghetti sauce at all, you take it, because you don't know if you're going to get another chance to get spaghetti sauce, and you don't know if there will be any other stores that have it. And it's just, it's weird to see. It's weird to experience. It's scary. I don't know if my job is safe. Like, I know that I love the company I work for, and I respect our CEO, especially after what he did today, because Kevin Stitt has not stepped up to the plate for us whatsoever. I actually heard and read today that we are the 45th state as far as states being prepared for what's to come with this and trying to stay ahead of it. We are ranked 45th out of 50. Chad Richardson, the CEO of Paycom, where I work, he donated $2 million to the food bank and wrote a letter to Kevin Stitt to basically say, step up. It's really disappointing and disheartening to live somewhere where you think more of the state you live in. Like, you expect for them to do the right things, and you expect for them to make decisions to protect people and keep people safe, and prosperous, like to keep the economy up, everything. Like, you just expect it from your leader. And Kevin Stitt, he's not been there for us. Like, he hasn't been present. I mean, the only time that I've even seen him is when he's like issuing an executive order. Like, he's not touching base. He's not keeping us posted. He's not letting us know where he's at with things, progress on our vaccines. Like, just, he's not communicating. First of all, communication is key. And then also not leading by example, going out to the restaurant a week ago with his family and saying, we need to continue going out and supporting, local businesses. And 100%, I support local businesses, but we don't have a cure for this. And if we don't protect ourselves and separate ourselves and it continues to spread, there's nothing that can save us from this. Like, there's nothing. This is a mutated, brand new strain of influenza, and people just don't get it. They think in America especially, we're free and we're spoiled, and we're nothing can harm us, and that's just the thing. It's like, this isn't our world. We don't own it. And we act like we do. And this is the world saying to us, we need to check ourselves, and that it's really in charge of us. And if it wants us gone, it's going to get us gone. And people being stupid and making selfish and just volatile decisions to not listen to the government saying we need to self-quarantine and, stay safe, stay at home. Like, people going out still. Why are you guys going out? Like, the sooner that we all just follow the rules and do what we're supposed to do, the sooner we're going to be able to get out of this. If people don't stay at home, they're going to continue to spread it. The only way to stop something biologically, pathologically engaging, or whatever, however you want to call it, like, the only way to stop it is to not allow it to spread. The only way to not allow it to spread is to distance ourselves from each other. It's not political. It's not economical. I mean, it affects our economy 1,000%. But the thing is, if we don't get this under control, the economy is not going to get under control, and nothing else is going to get under control. Like, our priority right now needs to be getting this under control and getting people the supplies they need, whether it be PPE, working on the vaccine, ventilators, gloves, masks, like everything, to where the people in the medical field are able to help us fight this war. to lead us in this war, because the people that we care about and that we should be listening to right now are doctors. They're doctors. You want to know why? Because this is, once again, this is not racial. This is not political. This is not anything except a virus. And it's a virus that every single one of us is capable of getting, and it's a virus that every single one of us needs to work together to make it stop. So anyway, that's, I guess, the end of my day one spiel. I really think, I think it's a good idea for me to do this on a daily basis, kind of like a self-documentary, I guess you could say. Right now, my biggest fear is the nationwide quarantine. So I believe these are the numbers that I've heard and read, is that once we get up to like 20,000 cases of this, which we're at in America, all 50 states, once we get up to a number that's kind of out of proportion with something like this where we don't have a cure, the government can mandate martial law. I need to look more into this because I don't know a whole lot about it. But mandating like a nationwide quarantine, I don't know what all that entails, but my biggest fear is right now I'm working from home. My mom's job is kind of hanging in the air. The hospital is doing emergency surgeries only, or like more emergent surgeries, so she's not working a lot. She's also been in quarantine for the last, week and a half, which has been absolutely terrifying for me. And, I worry about my mom, and I love her. So, obviously that's been tough. I've done everything I could to try to get her groceries, but I'm scared about not being able to cross the state line, and I'm scared how quickly this is transpiring. I've been watching it happen. I've been predicting what's happening right now. And it just continues to unfortunately come true. So anyway, right now it's just over 305,000 throughout the world. Those numbers are rapidly, exponentially increasing. And then there's over 13,000 deaths. So, I know in the grand scheme, it might not sound like a lot, but this is also just the beginning, and it's extremely sad. But like I said, everyone needs to work together to try to prevent the spread of this. And I'm just, my family, I don't know how long I'll have this job. With all these companies shutting down, well, those companies process payroll. That's what I do. But if these companies are shutting down, then we're not processing their payroll, and it's less work for everyone on my end. And so I'm hoping and praying that I can keep this job and continue working from home on my laptop, which is old. And, being able to get to my family's farm is also huge. We've always talked about the compound, it's just because we have a lot of land and we have family. We know that's where we're going to go. And it's just our place. And I don't want to miss out on the chance. If they, announce a law that I don't fully understand, it might mean we can't cross state lines, because part of quarantine, if you look it up on the cdc.gov website, quarantine explains that it includes the spread between states, which means that interstate commerce and traveling could be affected by this, and the National Guard is going to have to enforce that, which they will, because that's what their directive is. And I've never seen something like this. I don't know what to expect with the economy, with money, with my health, with my family, if people will be okay, if they won't. where we'll end up, how this will be, if it'll be okay, if it won't. It's just crazy. You never think in your life that that's where your mind will be. Like, you never plan on that being where your mind is at. Like, I was so spoiled in my thinking. I felt safe. I felt free. I just, thought, like, forward to what I was going to enjoy doing on the weekends. I thought about, how to decorate my room and my house or apartment. But it's like all that money that we waste on senseless things. It just seems so silly now, because all I care about at this point is having zinc, having melatonin, having vitamin C, having water, of course, toilet paper. Lord knows everyone's just needed all the toilet paper, but also just cleaning supplies, hand sanitizer, cleaning wipes, soaps with antibacterials, masks, oh my God, gloves. It's like, that's all I care about now. I don't care about anything else now. I don't want to spend my money on anything stupid. I want to save as much of my money as I can, have it as liquid as I can, and just really try to ride this thing out, because I don't know what's going to happen. So anyway, that's my check-in, my first check-in, my long check-in. And I guess I'll be checking in tomorrow.